Hello YouTube family and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren McKinney, and if this is your first time here, I love making videos about personal style, capsule wardrobing, and sustainable fashion. And this is perfect because I'm actually leaving this weekend for a quick holiday trip to New York. This video was really great motivation for me to really think through this travel capsule. And I'll tell you what, that doing this has really made me realize how important it is to actually put together a short travel capsule for whatever trip you're going on. And I'll explain why in a little bit. But before we get into my travel capsule and some of the outfits that I put together from it, I want to ask you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That would be super sweet. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to comment down below if you are taking any great trips this holiday season, and whether you're going to a cold area or a warm area. I just want to know where you all are headed. Let's go ahead and get into the details. So first things first, let's talk about a bit of the logic why I put together a travel capsule. So I think it's really easy to feel overwhelmed when we start packing for a trip. At least that is definitely the case for me. Some people can open up a suitcase and just throw a bunch of things in and like feel totally okay with it, but I cannot. I'm very methodical about my packing, and it often takes me a really long time to actually pack my suitcase and feel like I have everything that I need. A travel capsule is a really great way for me to kind of work with how long it takes me to pack, because it helps me feel really clear about what works together, what doesn't, and what I actually need versus what I don't need. I also think that the confusion, especially when we're coming up on trips that are unlike the climate that we're from, is the confusion to where we need to feel like we have to buy a lot of stuff for the trip, and then we end up purchasing things that we only use once or that we don't use at all. And I had a very similar experience as I was getting ready and kind of brainstorming my travel capsule for this trip. And it's especially easy to get caught up in things when you're searching for inspiration on Pinterest and all you see are a bunch of New York influencers or a bunch of street style, and it can make you just want to go out and buy pieces that are just not practical for your lifestyle. So for a little bit of background, those of you who follow my channel will know that I live in Southern California, and so while I do have several winter accessories from years of skiing, I also don't have like a wool coat, and I don't have a huge parka, and I don't have snow boots. So I felt a little bit unprepared when I first started thinking about what I was going to wear for this trip. And I started thinking about, okay, how can I find a wool coat secondhand, or even starting to feel desperate and look at some fast fashion brands and be like, oh, well, maybe I should buy a wool coat. And of course, from there, you go into wanting to buy things that are maybe a bit more statement pieces, like, oh, should I find like a faux fur coat and really stand out? Or do I need to buy a new dress to go to a Broadway show? Or do I need to get this hat and these shoes, etc., etc., etc. And I found myself wasting a lot of time online being like, oh, I'm shopping for boots, a coat, another coat, some hats, a dress, jewelry, blah, blah, blah. And I was just getting caught up in the excitement as well as the confusion of just not knowing what to pack, and so wanting to pack everything and buy like a whole new wardrobe for just one trip. But then I actually started putting my capsule together for this trip, and I realized that everything I need, I already have. And while I might not have a super elegant wool coat, I have different coats that I can layer and make work. I have base layers that are going to keep me warm, and I have shoes that are perfectly going to suit my situation. And so it just proved to me again how useful it is to capsule things, to put them together and find the way things work, and it really keeps us from wasting a lot of money and consuming unnecessarily. So now that I've rambled enough about the logic behind putting together a travel capsule, let's actually get into what I am bringing on this trip. So the first thing I like to do when I'm going to put together a capsule for a trip is to check the weather of the location that I am visiting. According to this preview of the weather for the upcoming week that I'm going to be in New York, it looks like it's going to be pretty chilly with a slight chance of rain on a couple of the days. So I should be prepared to bring appropriately warm clothing as well as warm winter accessories, plus shoes that I won't mind getting dirty while walking around the city, but that also can kind of withstand rain just in case that happens while I'm there. So I'm going to be spending 5 days in New York, and that's really what is inspiring the most of my packing. I will not be including some loungewear as well as underwear, socks, etc., pajamas in this travel capsule, because that I'll just, stuff in at the end or put in my personal item. But I'm packing in this carry-on suitcase. This is an away suitcase that I got for graduation when I graduated from my master's in May. And I love this suitcase. I find that it's really, really easy to use, and I just really enjoy it. It's beautiful, this beautiful green color. And I'm actually going from New York, I'm actually flying to Florida, and then from Florida to Tennessee to see both my in-laws and my parents. So I'm kind of going to multiple places with multiple different climates, but New York has really been like the inspiration for this travel capsule. So that's what I'll be focusing on. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually laid out all my clothes on the floor. I like to do this before I pack because I'm a very visual person, and it just helps me get everything kind of organized in my mind. But I'm gonna walk you through each of the items that are here while providing a little bit of a rationale, but I'm gonna go through it relatively quick so we can spend the most of our time on the lookbook. So let's just start off with the tops. So here I have a white long sleeve tee, a black turtleneck, and then a white ribbed turtleneck. And these are going to be acting a lot like base layers. They'll be the foundation items for my outfits, unless it is really, really cold when I get there, in which case I am taking a pair of long johns or long underwear, which I can layer even under these pieces here. The next two pieces are layering shirts that can also be worn on their own. So I love having a little bit of a collar peek out from my sweaters, and so I'm bringing this. It's also a really great travel shirt because it is like non-wrinkle, so it's really handy. And then this is my like more formal piece in this lookbook for if we're going to a nice dinner or we're gonna go to a Broadway show or something like that. So this is a great piece to layer, but also to dress up. Next, I have 3 sweaters that I'm taking, 2 thicker ones. So this oversized alpaca one from Everlane and this buffalo check one from Cezanne. These are both really heavy, and these are all in really warm materials. This middle one is just a thinner one. It's a black cashmere one from Everlane that I found on Poshmark. And these are really great because I think they will keep me really warm. I put the focus on like cashmere or wool sweaters instead of cotton sweaters because I know that those finer knits would just keep me warmer than cotton would. Next, I'm taking 3 pairs of bottoms. I'm taking a pair of straight leg jeans. These are a darker wash jean, which I just feel like are more versatile. Then I'm taking this pair of corduroys, which can be both dressed up and dressed down. And then to add some color variety, instead of blue, I'm bringing a pair of black skinny jeans. I wish these were straight leg, but I wanted to bring a pair of stretch jeans since these are non-stretch. And I wanted to bring a pair of stretch jeans just in case I needed to. And my other pair of kind of black wash jeans are non-stretch. So this is a very practical decision. Then for my top layers, my jackets, I'm bringing this Patagonia puffy, which I think is going to be a real workhorse for this trip. It's the warmest jacket that I have. I'm excited to put together some fun like puffer inspired looks with this jacket, which lucky for me, puffer jackets are kind of a trend right now. So I've been finding a lot of inspiration with that. Next, I have this kind of parka or utility style jacket. This is really warm. It's warmer than it looks. It's like this trench coat material, so definitely water resistant, if not completely waterproof. And it is flannel lined, so it does stay pretty warm. And this is a good kind of larger coat to wear over top everything because I don't have a wool coat. So this will just like give my outfits some interest, but will also give me that very practical water resistant factor if I need it. And then the last kind of jacket that I have is just this denim Chore jacket, which I understand is probably not a super practical practical piece to bring, but it is great for layering, and it will also work when I'm in the warmer climate areas like Florida, and then I also don't expect it to be as cold in Tennessee, so this will just be a good addition to take, and it's easy to pack up because it folds up quite small, so I'm just taking this for the sake of versatility. I really think accessories are the name of the game for this travel capsule. So I've packed quite a few. I have 4 different hats. So I have this little pom-pom hat that is just your classic knit hat. I got this probably like 6 years ago and have just been wearing it in the winter season. And it is so just, you know, nice and warm, and I haven't gotten to wear it since I moved to California, so I'm pretty excited to wear it for this trip. My classic Baker Boy cap, which I think is perfect for just city walking. The beret, which brings a little bit of flair and some femininity and also a romantic flair to my outfits, which I really like. And then the newest addition to my hat collection is this baseball cap from 4 Days. It's this great, I feel like it's like the first closed loop clothing brand where you buy their clothes and then when you're finished wearing them, you send them back and they recycle them or use them to make more. And so it's really cool, like a closed loop system, really circular. So I think that's really cool. So I got this from their brand, and I'm really excited to style it up. My gray merino wool scarf will be really handy just to keep my neck warm. And then I'm also taking a pair of gloves, which are not pictured here because they are with my mother in Tennessee. Also not pictured in my accessories is just my daily jewelry capsule, which I will be taking to dress up some of my outfits. And then the last 2 items in my travel capsule are these 2 pairs of shoes. I'm taking this great pair of lace-up boots, which I think a leather pair of lace-up boots is just super practical and versatile no matter the occasion. They can be both dressed up and dressed down, which is really nice. I really wanted to take like a pair of like stilettos to wear to Broadway or to the theater or whatever, but it just wasn't going to be practical because we're going to be walking around so much. So yeah, I said no to that. And then I'm bringing this pair of waterproof Chelsea boots, which they actually look quite nice for a pair of like rubber boots. I mean, there are a couple scuffs here, but in general, they've held up quite well. I've had them for several years. I actually got them from Target like a long time ago before I started capsuling, and I think they're really nice. And until I get a pair of leather Chelsea boots, these will be my go-to black boot. Okay, so now that we've gone through all of the individual pieces, I'm going to put together a lookbook. Now, I make no guarantees that this lookbook is comprehensive. I'm just going to be putting things together as I find them and discovering all of the possibilities that I have within this travel capsule. It also will give me some ideas before I go on the trip to the kinds of outfits that I can put together and help me confirm if there are any pieces I need still or anything that I can get rid of. If you've made it to this point in the video and are excited to see the lookbook, let me know down below in the comments if you would like to see a vlog of my trip. I don't really vlog at all, like I don't have a vlog on this channel, but I feel like it's something I might like to get into at some point, and this might be the perfect opportunity to do it because I can show my outfits of the day, whatever, and just bring you all along with me on the trip. So definitely let me know if that's something that you would enjoy. All right, so here are the looks from my New York travel capsule. So I've put a few outfits together, and given the big focus on really neutral and basic colors, there are so many more outfit combinations that I could put together. In fact, I haven't even exhausted all these pieces at all. Like, there are, again, so many more combinations, and there are even pieces here that I only styled once or twice, and so definitely there are just endless possibilities when you put together a capsule. But I'm gonna walk through some of the outfits that I did make for this specific video, and then in the vlog, which hopefully will happen, I will kind of say, oh, I'll kind of show you like what outfits I did end up wearing. Also, I'm sorry if the lighting changes. It is a little bit later in the evening, and so I'm trying to like film this as the sun is going down. Anyways, so let's start off with the most formal outfit for my trip. This is like the most formal outfit that I'm gonna be wearing, so if we go to a nice dinner or when we go to a Broadway show, like this is the outfit. Now keep in mind that with all of these outfits, like even if I do not show it, I always have the option to layer on a base layer. So I do have a pair of long underwear or long johns, whatever you want to call them, like a ski base layer that I'm going to take because I just don't know how I'm going to react to the cold. I haven't been in a really cold climate in a while, so we'll see. I'm taking these just in case. So I've styled all these outfits with in mind putting a base layer on underneath everything. So I'm going to be starting with my navy corduroys from Everlane, and I'm going to pair it with my beautiful silk Cezanne blouse. Now this blouse is really great for dressing anything up, even just a pair of jeans. So it's a really beautiful and versatile shirt that I can use both for layering but also for dressing up. Now I'm not bringing a pair of heels or fancy shoes because it's just not practical for this trip or for the rest of my trip. So I'm going to be styling this nice outfit actually with my lace-up boots. And at first, like, I got hung up on the fact that I was trying to style a more formal outfit with lace-up boots, and then I thought to myself, like, if I were a man, I could totally get away with this. So I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm gonna style it with the lace-up boots, and I think it looks really nice. Another thing that brings this outfit into a more dressed up level is the lots of jewelry that I'm wearing. So I've layered all 3 of the necklaces that I'm bringing on at once, and I think that makes it a little bit modern, but also a little bit chic. I know it's really, really busy around the neck area, but I like that, and I wanna keep the attention drawn up top since my shoes aren't that formal. I'm also wearing some pearl earrings, and of course, as much as I like this outfit as is, it's just not practical to leave the hotel without wearing a jacket. So I'm gonna be pairing my puffy jacket and a scarf just for the sake of practicality, and I'll just, you know, take it off as soon as I get inside so that everybody can see my killer outfit. The next outfit is actually just like a spin-off of that last one, and that's what I love about travel capsules, is that you can often just like keep the same foundation but layer something else on top. So I've added my blue sweater on top of the silk shirt, and again I have that base layer on, so it's actually quite warm, which is really, really nice. So I think this is a really beautiful look, a little bit dressed up because of that beautiful ruffle collar peeking out, but also a little bit casual because of the sweater. I've added on that parka style jacket and a beret because I think it just adds so much character to this look. It is a little bit on the nose, but I don't mind. I like it, and nobody is gonna even know who I am, so I might as well dress up. The next look is also a practice in layering. In fact, all of these looks are, so I'm not even gonna say it again. Like, layering is the absolute key to all of these looks. So I have my black skinny jeans and my black Chelsea boots on. So we're creating a really nice elongated line in the lower body, and I'm gonna extend that by wearing black on top as well. So I'm wearing my black cashmere sweater, and I'm layering it with my white turtleneck or my ivory ribbed turtleneck underneath, and I absolutely love the look of a turtleneck underneath a sweater. It's really kind of in the mainstream right now, but people have been doing this for a really long time, and it feels both really 90s but also like really kind of vintage almost, and I really like the look of that. So this look, because I have so many layers including a base layer, I feel comfortable just putting on my Chore jacket and calling it a day, but I could also layer my parka either on top of the Chore jacket or just on its own, and it would still look like a really nice outfit. Super comfortable and practical for whatever activity, really. I think the baseball cap here adds a really nice touch. It adds a little bit more of a casual air, so this would be a good daytime look. This next look is one of my favorites, and it's because I think the color repetition is done really, really well. So I'm gonna start with my straight leg jeans and a base layer, and I'm actually going to layer my turtleneck on top of the base layer. So I have this like really close to the body kind of foundation for this outfit that's gonna keep me nice and warm. I have not been really meticulous in putting my jeans over my boots. As a matter of fact, I've allowed them to be scrunched up a little bit, and I really like the casual look of that, and I think that it's totally possible to do as long as I'm wearing long, really warm socks underneath so that there aren't any drafts that suddenly bring a chill to my ankle or anything like that. I'm going to add my puffer jacket, which is going to be such a workhorse for this trip, and my beanie, which I think adds a level of coziness and also cuteness. Now, I've tried something a little bit new with this look. I could totally just wear the puffy jacket as is, or I could zip up the bottom a little bit, flip it under, and then zip it up a little bit more so that you don't see like the underside of it, and it becomes this kind of like really trendy cropped puffer jacket, which I actually really like the look of this. I know it adds a lot of bulk to my upper body, but I don't really mind. I feel like it balances itself out well, and these jeans make my legs look so long that I don't mind a little bit more bulk up top. So this is actually so fun, and I think I'm gonna give this strategy for cropping your puffer jacket a try. Who knows? Next is another super cozy outfit, again with the straight leg jeans, but this time I'm wearing my lace-up boots and my Everlane alpaca sweater. So I have that sweater, and then I'm gonna put on my puffy jacket, and I'm gonna wrap my gray scarf around several times around my neck. I want a lot of bulk around my neck for this look. I think it's just gonna add some interest, but it's also going to keep me warm. I'm gonna finish it off with a hat, and there you have it, a simple but complete outfit that looks like it was intentionally put together, but also is super effortless. Next, I'm going to go back to the layering turtleneck, and I'm going to layer my cream turtleneck with my blue sweater. Now, I really love the way this looks with this sweater because it feels very Princess Diana to me. There are some specific photos with her wearing these patterned sweaters, and I know that this one doesn't have an animal motif like that sheep sweater that she's super popular for, but this layering with the turtleneck and the very thick, almost vintage style sweater feels very that era, and it's very reminiscent of Princess Diana, and I love that look so much, especially with the straight leg jeans and the lace-up boots, which inevitably feel really English countryside to me. Then I'm going to add my parka style jacket and my Baker Boy cap on top, and I think this is a really fun and a slightly more colorful look than the others. Next, we'll go for a look that is a little bit more academic because I'm going to layer it with the button-down shirt. So I have my base layer on, my blue jeans on, and then I'm going to layer the white button down on top. And this is a great way to hide all of those bottom layers and still feel warm, but also look put together. And then I love the way that the collar peeks out of my black cashmere sweater. So I'm going to be pairing that with this and then tucking in the front with a black and gold belt, which brings the attention back to my waist and balances out my proportions a little bit. For warmth and practicality, I'm going to layer my scarf. I'm not gonna wrap it around for this video specifically because I want to show off the collar, but I have no doubt that when I'm in New York and the wind is blowing that I'm probably going to wrap it around. And of course, the puffer jacket to just finish things off and keep it nice and cozy. For the next outfit, I'm keeping the same base of the black skinny jeans and the black turtleneck with the black boots, but I'm going to layer my neutral colored alpaca sweater on top. So it makes the contrast a little bit less stark and brings just slight bit of color into the outfit. And I'm actually going to put the parka style jacket on top of that, and even though I know it's really close in color to the sweater, I like the almost monochromatic look that we get on the top with the difference in the textures between the jacket and the sweater. Again, I'm going to add my baseball cap because I've just been loving styling this lately. I think it's a really great way to kind of dress down a look and make it practical by keeping your head warm and keeping the sun out of your face because nobody likes a sunburn. Then for the last look of this lookbook, I'm going to put together another corduroy outfit. So I have my corduroys on, my lace-up boots, and then my ivory turtleneck as a foundation. On top, I've layered that alpaca sweater and then again, that parka style jacket. So we have on top all very similar colors, but again, the difference in textures creates a lot of interest. And we're even carrying that color up to my head because we have this light ivory, really cozy hat. So I think even though there are many pieces represented here, the colors are so similar and so cohesive that it doesn't look busy, which I think is so important when we're layering. We don't want to look busy. We still want it to look sleek, even though we're wearing like 4 or 5 layers of clothes. All right, everyone, that is that for today's video. I want to thank you so much for watching. It was a lot of fun putting these outfits together, even though I did work up a little bit of a sweat because even though it's a tiny bit chilly in Southern California, it's not that chilly. So I was like warm in my house while wearing like thermals from head to toe, but it was definitely worth it. And now that I put this video together, I'm gonna go pack my bag and I'm not gonna have to worry about being stressed or not having enough. It's going to be absolutely perfect, and I'm so excited to share it with you, hopefully in an upcoming vlog. So definitely keep an eye out for that. It'll probably be my last video of the year. I am going to take a bit of a break from YouTube as I spend the holidays with my family. Last year, I did try to film a couple of videos in advance, but now that I am out of school and working full time, it's just been a little bit tough to like batch film a ton of videos. So I hope that you all are gracious with me and definitely spend that time with your families that you would spend on YouTube. Again, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful and you would like to see more videos like this. I want to wish you all a very happy holidays, and specifically a Merry Christmas if you do celebrate Christmas. Thanks again for watching. It's always such an honor to spend this time with you, and I hope that you all have a great week. I'll see you in the next video, and after that, I'll see you in the new year. Bye!